It's a 1974 Pontiac Grand Am in-stock automatic car. Car's running a Smog Motor 400 in it. We'll take a look at the engine here in a minute. The car was originally built by Danny Ashley of Quadrajet Performance. A guy by the name of Mike McGinley raced the car in Division 3 after he purchased the car. And I bought the car in 2012 and raced the car 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. And I'm putting the car up for sale to sell the car. Car's been able to qualify at 2 of the U.S. Nationals once in the field, and the last time, which was last year, it qualified as the 128 or 129 car, so it's #1 alternate, and got in and drove the car all the way down to the last 8 cars in the Eliminator. One class, but that one class due to a red light start by my opponent. Last year, 2016, in Nitro Joe's stats, the car was the #5 car in the U.S. in in-stock automatic. So it's a good car, it's a fast car, it's a great bracket car for Eliminator racing. It's also a very nice and easy car to drive. No roll cage in it or roll bar. I drove the car in a t-shirt and my helmet and using a stock lap belt. You'll see there's 2 tacks in there. The one tack was the one that was in it originally, and it doesn't work, or I unhooked it. I assume it works. It was working when I first got the car, but I couldn't see the tacks. I put a second tack up on the dash and unhooked the first one and left it in there to cover the hole in the dash. So that's something that probably need to be done to the car, is take that tack out of the dash or hook that one up and take the one off the dash. Got a turbo 350 trans, cone engineering, cone converter, 488 gears in the rear end, 10-bolt rear end, Mark Williams stuff inside the rear end. Never had the cover off, so I can't tell you what was in there, but I do know I was told it was a spool and steel billet axles by the guy that built the car. I did put Lamb brakes on the car, so it's got Lamb component brakes on the front, which are very nice brakes. The car, again, I do have a inside the car, I've got a AFR system. It's Zetronics. I just threw that in the car for the U.S. Nationals so I could tune it. It's a good system. You download the software off the internet and basically you can run AFRs on it. If I kept the car, I was going to put a race pack in it. Take a look in the trunk here. Okay, here in the trunk, fuel cell, weight box, and then Optima battery in the trunk. On-off switch is right here by the driver's license plate. It does have a bar underneath the car that you can add more weight to. I've got another chunk of iron that you can put in there and then weld the nuts on it so that you can add more weight if you want to run the car in O. I never ran the car in O, only ran it in N. And the engine's built by Parsons and Meyer, or Bruce Parsons. It's got about 70 runs on it, and actually last year at the Fall Classic at Indianapolis Raceway Park, the car made some of its quickest laps. Of course, it had good air, but it was still faster than the first year I ran the engine at the Fall Classic. So, I guess I would race the car tomorrow. I don't have any worries about the engine, but it is a race car, and we all know how that works. One thing on the battery that's a little different, this is actually, it's a live hot battery, but there is this cable here isn't functional cable because I don't have a cutoff, and if you hook that battery up hot, you can't shut the car off with the turn off. So I just run the battery in the trunk live, and that battery's there for the sake of appearances, but it is a live hot battery, and you can run a jumper cable from the positive over to the solenoid and fire that car right up on that battery. So it's also got a Lamb Components brake system, which includes disc brakes on the front, but the master cylinder, and he did some work on the pedal ratio. Car drives really good. I mean, I wouldn't be selling if I didn't have another car, and be honest with you, if I can't get a good price for it, I'll just keep the damn thing and continue to race it when I feel like racing it. But it's a sweet car. I you know, I thought about putting a 455 in. You got to put a roll bar in. One of the things that's really fun about this car is that, especially hot summer days, you can just hop in this thing in a t-shirt with your helmet on, fasten that stock seat belt, and you're good to go. So it's a great race car. Trying to move it out so I don't have to keep moving it in and out of my trailer every time I bring my main car in. So, well, that's all I got to say about it. Just get your checkbooks out and buy it. Let's go.